Hello. We're playing Seas of Scred again because I've gotten slightly addicted to this game and we're gonna do the daily challenge because I feel like it. Gonna be playing as heavy ship, why not? And we're just gonna try and survive. I don't know how long this video is gonna be. I don't know how edited this video is gonna be. But either way, we're just gonna have a good time. Because that's how I feel like. The gems are worth a lot of money, which is kind of nice. It's always nice when it's worth more than at least 100 stuffs, because otherwise it's going to take a while. And we're playing with the slowest ship in the game right now, but it can carry so much stuff, and it has a reasonable amount of oxygen as well. So it's got a lot of good sides about it, and I kind of like it in that respect. But the first chance we get to switch over to the, whatchamacallit, the research ship, we are going to switch over to the research ship because the speed of this thing is awful. It's so bad. It's actually sort of better to just stay in tactical mode, just for the sake of being able to just sort of fly. It's not among my favorite ships, but it is kind of nicer at first when you're trying to get the research vessel, I feel, because it can carry just so much stuff. Plus you can get rid of all these blobfish, and yeah, it's just nice. Yeah, I've gotten oddly addicted to this game, and I'm honestly, it's bizarre because I usually really rarely get into any sort of score attack games. This is pretty much one of the few where I'm actually like going back to it every now and again, and it's just like oddly fun for me. And it's nice, it's nice. Like the only real score attack game I've gotten into in the past was probably Spelunky. And one, I've just played that game too much now. I don't want to go back to that game anymore, but also, a game in that it can take up to like 1 to 2 hours if you get a good run going, and in this game you can just sort of end the run at your own terms. Like, you can either just die, and obviously that's not so much on your own terms, but still. But you can also just, after a while, just buy a teleporter ticket and be like, yep, I'm done with this run, I don't want to keep on going any further, and then that's just the end of it. And it's kind of nice. I mean, I don't have the time to play 1 to 2 hour runs of many games anymore. Like, Binding of Isaac is pretty much the only game where every now and then I sit down and actually play it for like hours on end, but that's not really a score attack game, is it? Not really, not inherently at least. And with this game, you just sort of like start the game, you just play for like 10 to 20 minutes, and then you're like, cool, and now I'm gonna do something else. I guess maybe I should try to get into like phone games, but you know, I quite like the control of this game. Like, once you've gotten used to the controls of this game, it's you very rarely die, really. It becomes a lot easier, but there is still, like, any wall will still just insta-kill you, and there's still a lot of things to be looking out for, but you get better at the game, and that's also kind of nice. It's not a game where you just reach like a peak of skill really quickly, but rather you, I don't know, you just sort of gradually get better the more you play it, and it's kind of nice. Obviously, after a while, you'll get runs where it can actually take a really long time if you want to. Like, you can get a run going. I don't know if it's actually infinitely deep. Obviously, the depth meter only goes up to 6 numbers, but I've not gotten a run that got over, like, 2,000, I think, maybe 3,000 or something like that. Like, I've gotten pretty deep, like, once or twice just to see how deep I could go, but I never actually reached an end. I never actually reached the part where it was like, this is the obvious end of the ocean or whatever, and now I just have to get everything in between. I've never gotten to that point in this game so far. Maybe it's just because I'm not very good at it, but I don't know. There's something very nice about this game. We just got the research ship, which is cool. I also like the just different graphic styles, because in Spelunky, it took a long time before someone I know modded pretty much the entire game for me to give everyone dog faces. And it was nice to have a lot of dog faces in that game, but it is also kind of nice to just press a button that's already in the game and to just switch between all, like, just switch out every single sprite in the game for other ones. Like, that's really cool. And it's just something kind of nice, you know? It's just a fun little game. I like fun little games. I like games I can sit down and just play for a while and then just be glad when I'm done playing it. Like, I just want to have fun. That's all I really care about. I just want to have a good time. And also, I do really love this art over here. I do really love, like, you can still see what is what even if you haven't played with Chasm before. Like, these are mines and the blue things are pearls and stuff like that. Like, you can see what the things are that you're grabbing when you've played with any of the other sprite sets, even though they look completely different. And that's impressive. That's impressive with I mean, granted, there aren't that many sprites in the game, obviously. Oh, that's actually surprising, like a fair amount of sprites that you wouldn't really consider, I suppose. Like all the different arrows and stuff being probably their own sprites, and like the little air bubbles and the wobbles of death and stuff like that. Like, they all have their own little sprites, and they do add up, but it is very easy to memorize all the different things that you will encounter during the game fairly quickly. And that's also, I guess that's also kind of nice about this game, that there's only a limited amount of things you really need to learn, and then you can just get at it, and eventually you'll just get better. Because the first couple of runs you do this, you're just going to go into a wall, and that's it. That's the end of the run. And in this game, you just sort of have a good time and try to get better, and eventually it'll be nice to you. Eventually it won't kill you as much, and we'll all be a lot happier for it. But yeah, I don't know how long I'm going to make this run. I might just see if I can reach like the second layer of ocean and try to keep it at that or something. I haven't really decided yet. I might just randomly die. I mean, the odds are always there in this game. There's just a chance that the run just ends, because that's how it is with every game that has a daily challenge in it. And this is obviously no exception. But we haven't really gone that deep in like the Garchio video. I mean, we did reach like the second layer of ocean, I suppose, or the third, arguably, but we could still have gone a lot deeper. After a while, you get to a point where there's actually air canisters just lying around. Like air canisters that you can put in your cargo hold, and they will refill your entire oxygen gauge when you lose your all of your oxygen. And that's just how deep it gets, that you actually start to need those things after a while. Because, like, you can get pretty far without even being halfway in oxygen with a lot of these ships, so it takes a while. Well, there you go. That was the end of the daily run. That's unfortunate. That's just how it goes in this game sometimes, so you don't want to hit mines or otherwise you die. And you can, like, definitely see the difference in, like scores as well, because right now I got 26,000 points, and like yesterday I got, I think, roughly like 90,000 something, and the run was only like 3 minutes longer, but I got the teleporter bonus and the completion bonus, and that changes your multiplier from like 2 times to like 8 times, and it just massively increases your score. But unfortunately today was just not one of those days. You see me complete a run of this game at least once, and I'm happy about that. Now you've seen me fail, and that's almost equally important than when you think about it. I'm still not 100% sure how the store bonus actually works in this game. Maybe there's just specific items which oh, the store bonus is, I guess, the things you have in your inventory. I understand now, because I only had 1 gem left in my actual like cargo. And that's why I didn't get a store bonus. I thought it meant store bonus as in things you sell at the store. That's not what it means, guys. Well, there you go. I forgot to actually tweet the thing, but that's fine. We have already attempted the daily challenge and can therefore no longer do it again. And there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And definitely check this game out at some point. It's very it's fun. It just, you can play it very quickly and it doesn't take too long, and it's pretty difficult. Unfortunate, but fun. Bye bye, guys.